Good morning. Welcome to Kilat Shari Torah's daily review of Maimonides' 613 mitzvahs, the Sefer HaMitzvot for Friday, the 22nd of October. We have been talking over the last couple of weeks now about various prohibitions, negative mitzvot associated with temple service, with sacrifices, offerings, and so on. The next several mitzvot that we'll deal with, probably not even all today, we'll have to do more after Shabbos, have to do with the Korban Pesach, with the Passover sacrifice, the Paschal offering. So let's look into those. Prohibition number 115 says we're prohibited from slaughtering the Passover offering while leavened bread remains in our possession, which is pretty straightforward. We learn about this in the 5th chapter of Tractate Psachim. Since we are supposed to offer, slaughter and cook and eat the roast, the Korban Pesach, the Paschal offering on Erev Pesach, has one of its requirements that we not own any leavened products, any chametz, while we're engaged in the course of that offering, and of course throughout the Passover holiday, through Pesach holiday, Yom Tov of Pesach. We do have to remove all chametz, beer chametz. We spoke about it when we went through the positive commandments. It's a positive commandment to remove all of the chametz, all the leavened products from our dwellings, from our storehouses, from our offices, for cars, everything. And it's it's a negative prohibition to own any. It's a prohibition. In other words, a negative mitzvah to own any leaven while we're celebrating any part of the Passover offering. Next prohibition, we're forbidden to leave the sacrificial portions of the Pesach offering overnight. Everything has to be finished on that very evening. Neither shall the fat of my feast remain at night until the morning, says Exodus chapter 13, verses 18 and following. We have to eat the whole thing. We have to finish up the Korban Pesach and eat it all up. That's one of the reasons why we eat as a group. The Paschal offering also has to be consumed by those who are registered to eat it. So family groups would eat it together. In all probability, that's the origin of our gathering together with our families for the Sedarim. So that's the sacrificial portions. They're supposed to be offered on the altar. And prohibition number 117, allowing any of the meat of the Pesach offering, in other words, what the people eat. We're also not supposed to leave any of that over until morning from the same spot. Actually, no, this is from chapter 12, verse 10. It says to eat it by then. That's why one of the reasons we make a point to eat the afikomen by midnight, so that even as we're heading from the second half of evening into morning, we don't leave any of the Paschal offering overnight. Particular about that on the first night of Pesach, less so on the second night of Pesach. We'll just touch on one more. We're forbidden to allow any of the meat of the Korban Chagiga, of the festival offering on the 14th of Nisan, to remain until the third day. So usually we have a prohibition that korbanos have to be eaten within a certain time frame, and the festival offering that's brought together with the Korban Pesach is supposed to be eaten within a 2-day time frame. So there's a separate prohibition to allow any of that to remain over into the third. It has to be eaten in the first 2 days of its offering, similar to other korbanos shlamim, as we have seen and we will see. Okay, so we'll touch on some more of that after Shabbos. Let's just mention now the earliest candlelighting time for this afternoon is 5:15. 5:15 is the earliest time to welcome in Shabbos. Actual candlelighting time 6:04 p.m. We unfortunately won't be gathering for a minyan in Shul. If we were to do that, it would be about 6:10. We would daven Mincha, Kabbalah Shabbos together. So if you'd like to all daven at the same time, please join in right around that time. If you have registered for Shabbos morning services, so those will begin at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll start with Nishmas, as we've been doing, a little bit of an abbreviated service in the COVID. Hopefully that will change before too long. Shabbos concludes at 7:05 p.m., so please join us for Zoom Havdalah at 7:15. 7:15. The link is in your email. Have a wonderful Shabbos, and we will see each other virtually, if not in person, hopefully in person, after Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom.